Welcome to Build. I am your host, Ricky Kemmler. Our next guests are the hilarious comedic voices behind the characters in the new animated series on Disney Family, Star Wars Resistance. I should clarify, it's Disney Family and then Disney XD. One of these guys got his comedic chops doing SNL for many years and is known by many as Drunk Uncle. And the other informed us that street slang is an increasingly valid form of expression in Clueless, amongst many, many other things that he did, like Scrubs. Let's take a look at a clip of Star Wars Resistance.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you imagine what it's like to be an ace pilot? This is your chance to make that dream come true.
You've got something special. I see it. I've got a mission for you.
All right.
Blend in. Find out who's loyal to the good guys and who isn't.
What was that?
What was what?
The throwing and the falling. Over there.
Don't think about it.
You can work as a mechanic on my team, but when it comes to your mission as a spy, I don't want anything to do with it.
Kasuda, good luck on tomorrow's big race.
I don't need luck.
Being an ace is not all fun and games. It can be dangerous.
Just don't explode.
What? Oh!
You can't handle the hype! Woo-hoo!
Follow my signal.
There are a lot of dangers out there in the galaxy. When people are in need, we help.
Line them up!
Check this out. It's all in the wrist.
It's all in your head. Welcome back to reality.
Professionals, you say?
I'm an ace pilot. I've battled pirates and marauders.
Pirate strategies have been changing.
What do you mean?
They're better prepared. They have better equipment. I don't know how.
General, the First Order is clearly making weapons.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
You ready?
Let's do this.
I want this station completely destroyed.
Oh, he's still alive!
You showing up always means trouble.
I knew you missed me.
Here we go.
Oh, this is exciting. I appear to be tingling all over.
Everybody, please welcome Bobby Moynihan and Donald Faison!
Play it again. Play it again. One more time.
That's actually what we do. You guys sit here, we just keep rolling the trailer over and over
I'm
again.
fine with watching that.
Guys, I love this show because I'm the type of person who, when Star Wars movies come out, I'm excited because they're just fun movies, and I never understand the people who take them so seriously that they get angry. So I'm kind of like, see, guys, just enjoy it. It's like it's for families and kids. It's a fun movie and show, and this kind of proves that because this is kind of different. This is sort of Star Wars in the vein of a Saturday morning cartoon, if you will.
I don't know if that's correct. No.
Uh-oh.
No, I guess you're right. I feel like more so it's Star Wars is usually about the Skywalker family and the mystical side of it, and Resistance is more about blue-collar Star Wars, like the people in the cantina, you know, how all the other people that inhabit this universe and kind of how they make a living and how these guys are racers and pilots and
security guards.
Yeah, security guards. We play junk dealers. I play a junk dealer. Like, you know, like we're not the fancy Jedis. This is more see what's really happening in the other parts of the universe.
But the tone itself of the show is much more, I don't necessarily say lighthearted, but it's fun. There's a lot of jokes, and there's a lot of play, and you see that in there, because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, but in the Saturday morning cartoon vein, I feel like it's not just like sheer fun. There's also some Star Wars stuff in there. Like, you know, it is for kids. Star Wars is for children to enjoy and adults to enjoy with them. But I feel like this is a lot of.
This is very much Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, the Smurfs.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, I got
you understand? There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff for adult fans as well.
I don't have kids, so anything animated for me is like, this is for kids. I don't see the difference anymore. Talk about how you got involved with this. Actually, I know, Bobby, I know you love Star Wars because I remember when The Force Awakens came out, I had to go to a screening of it because I was interviewing J.J. Abrams, I think, the day after. And I showed up to the screening. There's a huge line of people, and you and Taron Killam and I think maybe one or two other people from SNL were like in that line more excited than any of the Star Wars fanboys and critics that were in that line.
Do you know how we got into that?
You begged and pleaded, I heard.
I did an interview that morning. I think, what show was Willie Geist on?
Today Show.
We did the Today Show that morning, and he was like, I'm going to Star Wars tonight. And I was like, well, I'm coming with you. And he was very nice to get us in, but I hopped on Willie Geist. Thank you, Willie Geist, wherever you are, I became a 15-year-old.
Hey, Bobby, thank you for knowing his show.
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know
I just didn't want to get it
Show.
wrong. I didn't know if it was Good Morning America or Today Show. It's been a long day.
Have you always wanted to be in a Star Wars or take part in a Star Wars in some respect?
Yes, I like the phrase, have you ever wanted to be in a Star Wars? I really like that. Yes, I have. I've always wanted to be in a Star Wars.
The Star Wars? In Star Wars.
In a Star War. I grew up on it. I was a fan of it as a kid, so to get to be a part of it is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Donald, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, my first memory growing up was walking into a movie theater and seeing R2-D2 on screen. So, absolutely, a lot of my life lessons came from Star Wars.
Your first memory as a movie that you saw? Your first memory overall?
My first memory, period. I remember something else, but I don't really want to talk about that right now because it's not. But I do remember going and seeing Star Wars.
Wow,
and so your actual birth? Is that what you're trying?
No, not that.
Tell me about the character that you play.
Oh, I play Hype Faison. Hype Faison. Yes. Right. My name is Donald Faison, and I play Hype Faison in the Star Wars universe.
They were like, who should we cast for Faison? Oh, yeah, okay. Can we call him, please?
Canon. Let's just put it out there. The Faison name lives forever in Star Wars universe. He's a pilot. He's also a security guard. This is his ship right here. As you can see, it's first. He's the fastest. And he's a Rhodian. And he's very, very, very green, I guess. He's not that guy, though.
Do you remember Rhodian?
Yes. We forget that not everyone knows everything that we know.
Sorry.
Do you remember Greedo?
Greedo?
For the green guy that Han Solo
shot first.
He shot first.
In the cantina.
The species is called Rhodian, and that's what he's one of them. He's one of those green men.
Do you think this is you probably can't answer this question. This is probably a wrong question to ask when I'm doing an interview for Star Wars. Do you think when they made that first Star Wars, they just put people in that's spaceman suits and alien suits, and then 10 years later, someone was like, that's a Rhodian?
1,000%, yes. I think they would be okay with that.
You think George Lucas had no idea what he was doing?
Okay. I think they did. I think there's half and half of that. I mean, if you want to get nerdy, I can tell you some things.
Let's get into it.
There's certain things, I think they made creatures, and I'm sure, it was the 70s, it was in the desert, it was hot. I'm sure they just, threw people in there and then came up with stuff later. But there is a lot of weird things. I think George Lucas had a lot of it planned out in his mind. I think he had, stuff like that. But, there's weird little things, there's a robot named IG-88 in Star Wars that's a bounty hunter that's in Jedi. Yeah. But
Empire,
my apologies.
It's okay.
I'm going to, there goes my Twitter feed.
Yeah, there it is.
But, if you look at the cantina in the first Star Wars, there's a metal thing that is used as a drink dispenser. I forget we're doing Star Wars. I can't say those words. And that metal thing is IG-88. Mm-hmm. It's they just took that prop off the bar, put arms and legs on it, and they're like, now he's a bounty hunter. And also there's a character named Nine Numb he's the co-pilot to Lando in
Millennium Falcon.
In the Millennium Falcon. And he's in the new movies now, and that character's been around forever. And its name is Nine Numb because when they made the maquettes, the statues of the characters, he was number 9. And they're like, I like number 9. What should we call him? And they're like, Nine Numb. I think there was some of that. I think there was there's a lot of just name him that, throw it out there, and then 10 years later, there's 12 books dedicated. There's people dressed up as that character.
Is it a prerequisite to be in Star Wars to know everything there is to know, to have all this Easter egg trivia?
No, but it helps if you do.
It makes these interviews. It makes us really happy during interviews, and a sea of people going,
right.
What?
Right. These guys are all like. And we're like, yo, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, I got a job where like I know things about it for once.
Yeah, because I mean, I wonder if they pull you in, like, so we named a character after you, we want to cast you, but how much do you know about Star Wars? Because that's really the test here.
Well, I'm a huge fan.
I think you being a fan got you the job.
Absolutely.
I think same here.
Yeah, absolutely. I ran into Dave Filoni at the Star Wars, the Force Awakens, and he said to me, I have an idea. I want you to be in it. I'll call you in a few months. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't hear from him.
This was after The Force Awakens? So
Yes.
this was in 2015, right?
We've known about this for years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was we weren't allowed to talk about it forever. It was the worst.
And you had been like signed on to do it for years?
I didn't sign on in 2015. I signed on like a year and a half later. But he kept his word. And when I got there and I walked into the room to record, and they were like, "Let's show you what we think your character looks like and the name." And I saw it and it said Hype Faison. And I mean,
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I wanted to. Listen, there were a lot of things I wanted to do at that
You
moment.
named a character after me?
I 1,000% teared up.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
When you got the job?
When I
got the job. Sorry.
Yeah, it was months and
back to that energy for a second. Wait, what?
It was months of auditioning, but like when I got it, I freaked out. Yeah.
What kind of auditioning? Just different types of voices and trying to figure out the character?
When we got the scripts, it wasn't the script. It was other stuff. The names were different. We didn't, we weren't being told that we were in a Star Wars thing. It was a very secretive, thing. And it was.
What did you think you were auditioning
I went in.
for?
And I didn't know. It was a show. It was
Lucasfilms
an animated thing.
or for?
We weren't even positive it was Lucasfilm at first. I mean, once I read it, I went like, "Oh, I think I know what this is." But
Was your agent like, "I got this thing for you. I can't say, but I think it might be a Lucasfilm"?
Kind of, but it wasn't even like that much information. It was just like, here, audition for this. And then as the process went on, you start to realize. And Donald had met or had contacted Dave Filoni. I was a huge fan of Star Wars Rebels. And I think I auditioned for that show, also didn't get on it. And then he contacted me and said, "Thank you for being a fan. Hopefully we'll get to work together at some point." And then calls up and I get this audition. And as far as like auditioning, it was like, yeah, going in and doing either different voices, figuring out a voice with different actors. I'm different than him.
Are you?
A little bit.
Okay.
Me and Jim Rash, who's from Community, play Orca and Flicks. We're like a R2-D2 C-3PO type, like tonally. We're not robots, we're aliens. But we play like a comedy duo, sort of. So it was a lot of auditioning with other people.
And you auditioned with him?
I did audition with Jim, and it went super well. He was great, and we got cast on it together, and I cried. I freaked out.
Did you really?
I did. I mean, it's Star Wars. I mean, my entire life, all I cared about was Star Wars, SNL, the Muppets, like when I was a kid. And now, yeah, when you get lucky enough to be involved in one of these things, or you get to step into a universe that you've cared about for. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. And I understand people are like, "Why do you care?" And I'm like,
"Oh, that's not my."
Oh no, I do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people go like, "Well," but I go like, "It's a really fascinating thing." Like I'm glad that I'm a part of it for me, and I'm glad that I get to be a part of something that's going to make children happy for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. So you auditioned with Jim Rash. Did then you and Jim Rash then do your recording together? Because oftentimes, when you're doing voice recording for animation, no one is in the studio together.
I'm on like 7 cartoons right now, I think, in total, and this is the only one where I consistently record with other cast members, and I love it. Oh, wow. I love it. It's me and Jim work really well together. You get to improvise, and then they use your stuff. In the pilot, there's like a little section that we improvised, and I freaked out. I was like, I contributed to the Star Wars universe.
What part was that?
Have you seen the pilot?
Some of it, yeah.
Well, they haven't seen it, so we can't tell you. So calm down.
Okay,
It'll
fair.
come out.
Fair.
It's the part where
This is Star Wars.
Gotcha. It's the same. Yeah. Donald, did you get to do voice stuff with other members of the cast in the room?
One time, I was in the room with a lot of the cast. There was like 7 or 8 of us. And they realized, I think they realized that most of my stuff isn't, well, I can't say that.
It's so hard to talk
Oh my gosh.
and you can't.
Yeah. I have recorded with a bunch of people, yes.
Okay, great,
Yes.
great. When you're doing a Star Wars, do you kind of beg for information about the movies? Do you see who knows what and see what you can get out of them?
You don't.
I
You're
try to
very
stay
good.
away from it.
Yeah, you're very good. I spend most of my recording trying not to say anything, and then they go, "Thanks, Bobby. Have a good day." And I go, "I did it." And then I go, "Hey, wait, one more thing," and then I ruin it all at the very end, where I keep my cool, and then I go, "Like, are we gonna have action figures?" And they go, "We don't know." And I go, "I know you don't. I'm sorry." And
Do you have Star Wars action figures?
yeah.
Of me?
Oh,
I guess both of you.
We're trying
we're
to find that
hoping?
out. That's the only question I ask every day.
Yeah.
is,
Are they gonna
we
make
gonna
a
have Star
Lego
Wars action figures? Because you'll
version?
never see me again.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, do you already have Star Wars action
Oh,
figures?
yeah.
Like that I collect, or
Yeah.
ones of my character?
That you collect?
Yes.
Both. no, I don't have. If they make action figures of our characters,
I will have that too.
I will not. I will cease to exist, because that's just the coolest. It's the coolest. It's like being a Pez dispenser, you know? Like it's a level of thing that you go, like, that happened. Like, that's crazy. But yes, I have a collecting problem.
I have a huge collection of Star Wars action figures.
Do you really?
Yes.
Do you have like a room where you have all of your collectibles? Kind
Yes,
of thing?
it's called my garage.
I'm in the process of buying a house right now, and a lot of it is like, are there good schools around here? Do we have a pool? Do you have like a guest room that has a lot of shelves that can be heat controlled? like yeah, yeah. I'm buying a house for the sole reason of I need someplace to put all my garbage.
Well, it's something that a person who collects a lot of stuff has. I have a friend who has like a VHS horror movie collection and lots of horror movie posters, and he was given the attic. And when you go to the attic, you were like, oh, you are a psycho. Like I get why the wife put you up here.
But it makes him happy.
Oh, of course. Of course.
No, I'm on his side.
You said you're a part of 8 other animated shows. You're also doing DuckTales, right?
Yeah, I'm Louie on DuckTales. I'm Panda on We Bare Bears. Thank you.
I didn't know we had so many
Al on
kids in the
Nature
audience.
Cat. I'm on Summer Camp Island. I play a bunch of characters on that.
Do you prefer doing voice to doing to performing in front of the camera?
Now I do. No. I mean, I've always loved performing, but I'm a new dad. I have a 15-month-old, and
Congrats.
thank you. Spending a lot of time with my daughter, and then going out and popping out, doing some voices, coming home, and being a dad again. I'm really enjoying right now. So if I only did voiceover for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. But please don't let that happen. No.
Don't even put that in the universe.
Exactly. But it would be. It's great. It's a wonderful, amazing job.
Let's get some questions from our audience. Who has a question? Right here.
Hi. First of all, Bobby, I loved the show Me, Myself, and I.
Oh,
what
thanks so much.
happened? It was my favorite pilot.
Why? Did something happen? No, I'm
Is
just
it
kidding.
still
It got canceled very
And
quickly.
I've seen your wife on Broadway. Wonderful.
Oh, thank you. She's the best.
Donald, I wanted to know about your dance on Scrubs to Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison. Was it choreographed or did you just freestyle it?
That was freestyle.
It was wonderful.
Thank you.
I can't
You can
not
see it
think
all
of
the
it when I
time on
hear the
Fortnite
song.
if you want.
What?
If you play Fortnite, you can do the dance yourself.
Did they put that in there?
They
as, like, a
jacked.
secret
Well,
thing?
I jacked it from Belle Biv DeVoe and Bobby Brown, and then they jacked my Belle Biv DeVoe Bobby Brown rendition and put it into Fortnite.
That's pretty cool, though.
It's pretty cool. I didn't get no money for it though.
How did you find that out?
The internet.
Really?
Yes. I found out through the internet. I found out like on Instagram, people started sending me a split screen of the Fortnite dance and me doing the Scrubs Poison dance, Belle Biv DeVoe dance.
Awesome.
And it's identical.
It's pretty cool.
Like all perfect. Like you could time it up perfect. If I were to ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba, it's all in sync.
Let's get another question. What do we got?
Did that anger you? I'm sorry.
No, me.
You want to jump off the question?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Big fans of both of you. Clueless was one of my favorite movies ever.
awesome.
I can quote it front to back. I can't watch it with anybody because it annoys them that much. But
Can you really?
I can finish your phrase from the beginning. Although some of the female pronouns do have mocking, but not necessarily misogynistic undertones.
How does it start though?
Oh, he read the first part.
He just said
in the beginning.
But how's it start?
Well,
Excuse
now I'm
me,
drawing a
miss.
blank.
Yeah. Okay. How about? Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so my
Still pretty
actual
good.
question.
Not
I
bad.
do have a
Good.
question. My actual question is.
You had time to think about that though.
Not that.
Just to go back, you had time to think about it.
Anyways, so being big fans of Star Wars, one of my also favorite movies when I was younger was watching Spaceballs. If they did another Spaceballs or a reboot of the original, like Would you guys be interested in that
I
from
s-
the comedy perspective?
I spend most of my time dreaming of playing Barf's son.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna.
Barf. I ran into Mel Brooks at an airport recently in London, and I could not have brought up Spaceballs more, insinuating. Oh, it's such a shame that John Candy passed away. He was so good. He was a genius. Wonder if there's some chubby guy that could fill his shoes really quick. It didn't work, but I'm trying. Oh, that would be my dream. Are you kidding me?
Now's the time
I would
to make
love
a
to be in
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. I would love to be in Spaceballs. I just don't want to be the ones that were combing the desert with the pick. I would rather be in
We ain't found.
different time.
Yeah, I rewatched Spaceballs recently, and when that scene came up, I was like, okay.
Just a little.
Yeah. Anything from 5 years ago. Like, it's just.
That is true.
I saw, was flipping through the channels. Sorry, Build. I was flipping through the channels and saw the movie Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook and Kate Hudson and thing. That is a movie about a man. That movie does not hold up.
No, please tell me what it was about.
So if you want to marry a guy, you date Dane Cook, you date Good Luck Chuck first, or you date this guy first, so that because he's such a terrible man that you'll marry the next guy that you go out. It is an outdated film.
You could go back even further than that. Let's just say Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah,
you can't get away with none of that anymore.
No.
Talk about Revenge of the Nerds lately.
A lot of time.
How has that not come back?
I don't know.
How have they not remade it?
Yeah, I'm surprised that. Well, I guess because all the nerds run everything
That's
now.
what I was gonna say. I mean, nerds kind of are. I mean, yeah, nerds run the
That
world.
is the revenge.
Now we're here being interviewed.
Right.
Crying about Star Wars.
Revenge of the Nerds. You're looking at it.
We're getting our revenge right now. Next question.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
I've never seen any of those movies that y'all are talking.
hold on. You've never seen Revenge of the Nerds?
No.
You look very young. I'm assuming
No,
we're
I
much
haven't
older than
seen
you.
Spaceballs. Or
What? Have
any
you ever
of
seen
them.
Goonies?
No.
Have you ever?
Someone loves movies.
Yeah.
I do.
What's your favorite movie?
Apparently none from the 80s.
What's your favorite movie?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
Anywho's, my question is, I'm a fan of DuckTales.
Oh,
I watch
nice.
that all the time.
That's awesome.
And I almost turned my mother onto it. But what's it like when you voice these characters? I don't know how it works when you voice the characters and then you see the end result. But what's it like for you when you voice the characters and then you see the product of it like months later or years later? I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that's the best part of it for me is like I enjoy doing animation. I was always a fan of it. Now that I get to work on it, like DuckTales in particular, they do an amazing job. And same thing with DuckTales. Those guys, they've been working on this for years. And the DuckTales guys have been DuckTales fans for years. DuckTales is in the right hands right now, and that's what I think is super important. Those guys care about it. And the stuff that's coming out now, you have no idea. It gets so good. But it's a character that existed. You know, it's Louis Duck. Like, I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to be the one that doesn't do a good job on DuckTales. But you kind of just, when I went in, like, for us, it was hard. It was like they're kids, so we had to talk younger. And like 3 months into the process, I saw a thing that was like casting. I'd already been cast as Louis and the 3 kids, and then they were like, we're casting Huey, Dewey, and Louie for DuckTales. And I was like, but I'm already playing this. And they were looking for little kids. And I was like, they're going to recast us with little kids because we don't sound like kids enough. And then they, thank God, didn't. They ended up keeping us because we improvised a lot and made jokes, and it kind of went the other way. But at first, like, we didn't sound that way, and it was like a process. We kind of found it. And sometimes you do it, and then a year later, 2 years later, you see what you did, and it's amazing. And then sometimes you go in and they have already finished most of it, so you just have to sit there and mouth it to the words, and it changes a lot, but you just kind of build it from wherever you start from. With Louis, it was just talk like a kid, and I was I'm the sarcastic one. So yeah, I'm the evil triplet.
I'd imagine it's so much more fun to watch something like Star Wars Resistance or DuckTales with your children than it would be to watch a movie that you made that wasn't animated in the sense, because there's none of the memories of the set. You can sort of remove yourself completely and enjoy the show or
It's
the movie
work
with
that you
your
get
children.
to enjoy. If I don't know if you feel the same way, but if I'm in a movie and we have to go to the premiere and you watch it, you just sit there like, God, I'm huge and I'm right there and people are watching and you're like, whatever. But then when you got a little cartoon running around, you're like, look at his shoulders move. I laughed and they did that. Like, you know, it's like you just get to enjoy it. It's hundreds of other people making you look amazing.
Well, guys, congratulations on Star Wars Resistance.
Oh, thank you so much.
Premieres on Disney this Sunday, right? And then from there it goes to Disney XD, and people can see it?
No, so it premieres on Disney this Sunday at 10. And you can watch it also, 4 episodes on Disney Now, Sunday morning.
Disney Now.
Right away.
When you wake up. You can watch 4 episodes right away, or you can wait till 10 o'clock at night and watch it on Disney.
Everyone, go watch Star Wars Resistance.
Please
Wonderful.
do.
And check out DuckTales as well. And give Donald and Bobby a huge round of applause
Thank
for
you so
being
much
here.
for having us.
Thank you guys so much.